Greetings! Hello, hello, hello. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So, as we get right into this, we're going to be making a manifestation blend out of those 4 ingredients that I pulled from our master list. So, that's going to be the agaric mushroom, it's going to be vervain, tonka beans, and dandelion. Now, the neat thing about this is the vervain is the foundation. It's the earth representation, right? And then you have the tonka beans, which is the connection, if it was rainfall, as it were, the water behind it, the movement within. And the agaric and the dandelion are representatives of air. So that is the mutable nature of things. It's the all-penetrating air. It's the air that allows the vital breath, right? So that what your wish is carried by is your speech, is your breath. So as we go through and as we make these in those orders, we start with the earth and we move up to heaven, right? Or do we start with the heaven and come down to the earth? That's what these kinds of conversations should be had when it comes to what you're doing and how you mix it. So we know that the air needs to carry the wish, but how do we get the wish up into the air? That's the question. So we go from the earth, then into the water, and then into the air as the rain falls down, right? So it'll be in that order. So it'll be vervain first, then the tonka beans, and then the agaric and the dandelion. Okay? So we will do, like I said, vervain first, because it's the earth. So what goes up? Then what flows? We'll do one of those. Now, you want to watch your allergies if you're going to light this particular blend on fire. And then we'll do the dandelion next because it's a little bit more wish-based, and it'll just kick it up just that much more with the wonders of the fly agaric. So, as you conjure this stuff, right, as you conjure out your desires and your wishes, you can do a lot of good with it. You don't need all that much. This stuff is really good, by the way. But you can do a lot of different things when you mix something like this up. You can do a spell of spoken word. You can put this in ink, so that way what you write, you can actually use as an attachment. So as you write these things, you can basically write what you want to create. So that whole "as it is written, so shall it be" thing that the classic ancient magic is so renowned for is because if you could write the words, you were better educated and therefore you were understood to be able to interact with nature in a higher way. You could converse with other things outside of your own tribe, which, as an ambassador to different tribes, as the magician is, seeking to bridge different languages, different cultures, those kinds of roles, it's up to us in order to be able to carry on that lineage, that legacy, right? So we have to become master students. So it's not so much that we're doing it just to do it, it's that we're carrying on a legacy that's really important for us, right? Keeping history alive. I don't like grinding out on that table. So when we do these things, there is a lineage to it. There is a higher purpose behind what it is we're getting up to. So it's just about unlocking that purpose. And so this is going to go into an ink. And that ink will be used for the workshop that'll be doing on Friday. So today is day 5 of a 7-day project. Tomorrow is day 6. Tomorrow will be interesting because the spell that I've prepped for that, it's going to be manifesting spiritual outcomes by summoning up a pure spirit. So tomorrow will be a date of conjure. It will be a day of engagement. And from that, we're going to cast a spell tomorrow. Might do one today too. Get pre-lubricated, right? So, we have our herbs on a piece of paper. So, when you're doing your wishing spells, what is it that you want? Why is it that you want it? And if you get it, what will you do with it? That's always the big question when it comes to creating blends like this, is that it's not just about the outcome, it's about what you'll do once you have that outcome, right? Like, for me, if I could have a bunch of money and training and all of these things and create a massive global industry, I would want to be able to take time out and heal, right? To repose against life and and overcome the abuses of shit, right? So as we go through and as you consider what your manifestations will be, and as you go through and you apply your manifestations, then it becomes such a simpler process of walking it out. Like you stay the course, right? You're going to create new action and then sticking to that action. So that's what the next 2 days spells are going to be. So one is going to be manifesting the spiritual outcome and then staying the course of that outcome. So when we do the spirit conjure tomorrow, it'll be supplemented the day after. So all of these are going to stack together and they will link together in one great chain of a 7-day spell creation. So 7 different parts, 7 different spells overlaid into one, so that way there is a compression of density. Everything has a purpose. Everything sits in line. And as it does so, it helps that manifestation grow and change and adapt. So that way when you create the spirit of the thing, what you're doing is you're creating something that can move between. It's the vital spirit. So like today with the vervain and the dandelion, that is the vital spirit that comes from the water, that comes from the earth, right? And so as the water and the earth come together to form the vital breath within us, as we speak, we can blow the powder. This is one of those fun things, is careful when you're doing breath spells, but you really can take a little bit of a spell powder, put it in your hand, and blow it in the direction of the person that you want to do it, right? So you do zombie powder, you could do goofer dust, like some hardcore shit that does. But a wishing spell, that actually works out really good. So just be careful what you wish for, my friends, because you'll get an interpretation of it. Not necessarily the way that you want, unless you've got other constraints put into practice with these kinds of things. So anyway, I want to say have a safe and happy day, and I will chat with you all later.